Welcome to Tropicana Field. This is the day after Game 2 of this series as the Tampa Bay Rays play host to the Detroit Tigers. It is Game 2 of an 11-game homestand. Rays winners last night behind the no-hit performance of Matt Garza. And while the Rays have won 16 of their last 22, they're running second in the AL East, 3 games back of New York. This Detroit ball club contending in the AL Central, running third. They are 3 games back of the Chicago White Sox. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Kevin Kennedy. I'm Dwayne Stats. We'll be hearing from Todd Callis as well. Well, let's take a moment before we get to tonight and reflect on last night. Matt Garza throwing the first no-hitter in Rays history, and I love the way he put things together at the end. His comportment from about the 7th inning on and in the aftermath of that no-hitter, really something to be impressed by.
Yeah, he had a couple of strikeouts overall, but really he just pounded the zone, both sides of the plate, east and west, and fastballs up in the zone were very impressive. There's a high breaking ball right there, but for the most part, he threw over 100 fastballs in 120 pitches. Great double play turn. That's the defense we talked about all season long. That was Longoria to Brignac. How about saving a double right there? That saved a hit. Who knew that might be the only hit of the game? And then in the lights, Carl Crawford. And then the final out for Ben Zobrist on the pop fly to right field. He faced the minimum. Only one walk in this game. The double play you saw eliminated that. So an unbelievable performance from Matt Garza. But really it was about less power and more about command of the fastball.
Yeah, and aside from the grand slam by Matt Joyce last night and a solo homer by Carl Crawford, pitching, the name of the game last night might very well be the same tonight with this matchup. It starts with James Shields on the hill, who has not lost to this Detroit ball club.
No, he's had a lot of success. 3-0 with a 3.93 earned run average, 271 opponent's batting average against. And I echo what Brian Anderson said in the pregame show. Just changing your pattern as you get around the lineup 2 or 3 times. Everybody knows he's got the great changeup. Personally, I love his curveball. I like to see him throw fastball, good overhand curveball to complement that changeup. Kind of mix it up and fool some of these Tiger hitters a little bit here tonight. Justin Verlander, 4-0 against the Rays, 3.55 earned run average, 243 batting average against, averaging almost 7.5 strikeouts per 9. Well, we know that because he gets it up there 97, 98 miles an hour, but he does have a good changeup. He's got a slider now that he's throwing, so he will mix and match a little bit. It's not all about just fastball after fastball for Justin Verlander.
And again, our pitching matchup brought to you by Verizon Wireless. Verlander in with 12 wins. He's 12-5, and not unusual to see him have double-figure wins in the middle of the season. James Shields with a mark of 8-9. That's the Verizon Wireless pitching matchup. When we come back, Todd Callis zeroes in on that great pitching performance and the great overall night the Rays experienced here at Tropicana Field last night.
Detroit Tigers. Second game of 4 between the Rays and the Tigers at Tropicana Field. Joyce's grand slam gets overshadowed a little bit last night as Matt Garza makes history, becoming the first member of the Tampa Bay Rays in franchise history to throw a no-hitter. More notes on last night's game from Garza. His 106th career start. He faced the minimum 27 batters. Remember, he was coming off the start where he allowed 10 hits and 4 home runs against the Baltimore Orioles. He lived with a fastball. 101 of his 120 pitches were fastballs. That was the highest percentage of any start in his career. And our final note in the Toyota trend is he only allowed 1 base runner that walked to Brandon Bosch in the second inning. So Garza's on a nice little roll here, 13 2/3. No-hit innings his last 2 starts at Tropicana Field. And here is his reaction last night.
You know, it's great. You know, I was a walk away from being perfect. And that happened in the second inning. We got a double play out of it, and I was fun about that. But the best part about tonight is that we won. You know, we keeping pace. We're keeping the heat on the Yankees up top, and they come in here in 3 more games. So I think that's what. It's a little bigger right now than a no-hitter. This year I've just been so rocky, been trying to find myself that just something good had to happen soon. And it was, I've had here and there outings, like, I would throw a wild outing, then 2 outings I'd be terrible. And I'm trying to just look for just a hint of consistency, and this should get the ball rolling in the right direction, you know.
So the baton is now passed to James Shields. He'll get the start tonight for the Rays against Justin Verlander. We are less than 2.5 minutes away from the first pitch in high definition. Enjoy all the action with Dwayne and Kevin next on Sunsport.
And the Tigers in the second game of their series. Jimmy Leland, the skipper of the Detroit Tigers, and he puts his lineup together this way. Austin Jackson leads off in center, followed by Will Rhymes at second and Johnny Damon, the DH. That's Miguel Cabrera in the middle of the lineup, hitting cleanup at first. Brennan Bosch hits fifth, front of the left fielder Ryan Rayburn. Alex Avila will do the catching. Scott Sizemore is at third, and Ramon Santiago is at shortstop.
James Shields on the mound for the Rays, coming off a win at Baltimore on the 21st.
And the first pitch of this game, Austin Jackson goes after it and lifts a high fly ball deep into left center field, and Crawford is there on the warning track. Had about 3 steps to go before he hit the wall. Crawford makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, here's James Shields with the numbers overall. 20 starts, 8-9 with the 4.90 earned run average in 128 2/3 innings. So he's on pace once again for well over 200 innings for the Rays, which he's used to doing. He's had some trouble here at the Trop. 1-5 with a 5.59 this year in 9 starts.
And Will Rhymes, the second baseman, he takes the first pitch, and that's a strike on the outside part of the plate. A fastball from James Shields. This one is down, and it's 1-1. Left-handed hitters this year, a little over 270 off Shields, and that's a little higher than he would like, particularly with the great changeup he has.
Yeah, that's usually the neutralizer there against lefties.
And the line drive into center, and Upton stumbles out there. He hurt himself on the way in as that ball falls in front of him, and Upton is injured in center field. You could see Upton start to come in and then suddenly pull up.
Yeah, his first step, there's no question about it, because he would have had that ball otherwise.
Ron Porterfield, the Rays trainer, out there to take a look. And here's a second look.
Well, about his fourth stride or so in, he slipped on the turf out there and turned an ankle.
Yeah, it's his left ankle, and what you hope is that it's only a turned ankle.
Well, you're not kidding.
Because he appears to be in considerable pain, and you hate to see that. And it appears, from what we're seeing right now, that he would not be able to continue.
No, I wouldn't think so.
You can see him right there as Ron Porterfield does some checking around the ankle. Of course, the first thing you hope that it's not, that it has nothing to do with his Achilles when he was coming in, and it appears that that may not be the case, which is good news in a bad situation right now. Well, look at this. He's up.
Well, that's good news. Just getting up on that thing.
Take another look.
Yeah, top of your screen, BJ Upton. Let's see. A little drop step. Yeah, a little drop step, and then he gets the read on it. And right there, has to pull up short. He definitely would have had that. That's a play BJ normally runs down. But he's going to have to come out.
So the Rays will make an adjustment here early with Upton coming out of the game with the injury to what appears to be his ankle. Of course, we'll look for more updates on that, but I'll tell you, just to see him walk off the way he is now is really good news.
Yeah, it really is. It's encouraging.
Because it looked a lot worse than that early. But he's taking it easy and slowly making his way off the field in the company of Ron Porterfield, the Rays trainer.
He's actually not even limping, which is really good news. But the Rays are doing the right thing. Got to get that checked out, get it iced down, keep the swelling down before it balloons up.
So Upton will depart here in the top of the first. That goes as a base hit for Will Rhymes, which turns out to be his first major league hit. And it comes on a line drive that Upton, under normal circumstances, would have caught for an out. So we're going to see some defensive shifts. Ben Zobrist, who had started at second base, will go into play center field. So he'll move out there. And it appears that Reed Brignac will enter this game. Reed will go in to play second base.
Well, that's the one thing about Ben Zobrist, as we know, the value of Ben. He can play anywhere out there. You just move him from second base back out into center field, where he plays a very solid center normally too. And Reed Brainiac, an excellent defensive second baseman, and Reed's been swinging it back, comes in to play second base.
So a man at first is Will Rhymes. One out, and Johnny Damon will be the hitter. Damon, the DH. And he shows the bunt, takes the pitch down, a ball, no strikes. So the Tigers with a base runner. Damon hitting .279 on the year with 6 homers and 30 runs batted in. And there's a strike. 1-1. Well, it appeared the news on Upton is better than the initial fears, because at the outset it appeared to be serious, and you certainly were hoping that it was not the worst case scenario. And it's good to know that. Oh, there's a shot into right. Joyce back, and he makes a little gazelle-like leaping catch on that ball, and Damon is out, number 2.
Like a little breaking ball down and into the swing of Johnny Damon, and he turns on it. A nice read by Matt Joyce, and you're right, that's exactly what he did. That little jump right there to put away the second out. Here's the rest of the defense. Carl Crawford is in left. Ben Zobrist now back out there in center, along with Matt Joyce in right. Evan Longoria, Jason Bartlett, Reed Brainiac now at second, Carlos Payne around the infield, and John Jaso behind the plate. And this defensive alignment review brought to you by Sweet Bay. Live fresh for less.
Miguel Cabrera hits one towards short. Bartlett goes to Brainiac, and that takes care of the Tigers on the force play at second. Bottom of the first coming in. We have no score. Is presented in beautiful HD by H.H. Gregg. Well, let's take a look at the Rays' revised lineup now. Ben Zobrist will still lead off. He'll be in center field with Carl Crawford and Evan Longoria to follow. Carlos Payne to the cleanup hitter. Matt Joyce hits fifth in front of Willie Ibar, the DH. John Jaso does the catching. Reed Brainiac now in there hitting eighth in the place of B.J. Upton. And Jason Bartlett, the shortstop, hits ninth.
And the right-hander, 6'5", Justin Verlander, the ace of the Tigers staff, is on the mound. He comes in at 12-5 with the .376 earned run average. At 20 starts, does have a complete game, and averages just about a strikeout an inning.
Yeah, this guy is outstanding. And here is Ben Zobrist. First pitch is a strike. Price and Sabathia ahead of him in the American League in wins with 13. Verlander with 12. And that's a foul ball. Started fair, but just outside the bag as it was gloved by Cabrera. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, he's just not all about power. He'll throw a slider. He's got a good changeup. And as he gets around the lineup a second time, he will even start hitters off with that changeup. And he can get it up there to 97 once he gets a good lather going.
And takes a pitch high. A ball and 2 strikes. Even when Zobrist has gotten down on the count in that leadoff spot, he's still managed to work a pretty good at bat. Let's see how he fares against Verlander, and he fouls that fastball back. Fastball up, holds the count at 1-2. And Ben, like a lot of hitters against Verlander, has had his difficulty. He's only 1 out of 12 against him. And fly ball lifted into center. That's Jackson, Austin Jackson, making the catch. 1 away.
Fastball in for that fly ball to Austin Jackson. The rest of the Tigers defensively in the outfield, Ryan Rayburn and Brennan Bosch are the corners around Austin Jackson in the outfield. Scott Sizemore at third, Ramon Santiago at shortstop, Will Rhymes at second, Miguel Cabrera at first, and Alex Avila behind the plate. And this defensive alignment review again is brought to you by Sweet Bay. Live fresh for less.
Carl Crawford tries to bunt, offered at that one and fouls it. Carl is 6 of 16 against Verlander. The Rays have Crawford and Longoria behind him, who's 3 for 9, and then Pena over 300 against him. It's high. Having said all that, the Rays have never beaten them. He is 4-0 with a .225 earned run average against the Rays in 6 career starts. Two and one. Well, the Rays have to go right back to work tonight after celebrating Garza's no-hitter last night. Carl fouls the pitch off speed, had him a little bit out in front there.
Well, and as it was last night, the Rays only had a few hits. Couple of home runs, and the blooper to center, the base hit by Jason Bartlett. So Scherzer was throwing a no-hitter in his own right until Matt Joyce connected for the grand slam. Scherzer had great stuff last night.
Upstairs, 3-2, and Carl connected. He hit a 2-0 pitch out to center field in the 8th inning. One of the 3 Rays hits last night.
Oh, jumped off his bat.
Pitch in on him, and he fouls it. It's a 3-2 fastball in.
And Verlander's getting loose now.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
He goes from 92 to 95 in a hurry, and we've seen him get better than that, 97, 98 at times.
And Crawford is out on strikes. First one of the night for Verlander.
Had a little movement away, too. This ball is off the outside corner, but look at that tailing action. Too close to take for Carl, so you don't fault him for swinging at that. That's just good movement by Justin Verlander.
Garza in the dugout. In the afterglow of last night's performance. Pitch to Evan Longoria's upstairs, 1-0. I thought he was very good. I was really impressed with his comments after the game. He acknowledged what a thrill it was to throw that no-hitter, but he repeatedly said the most important thing is that the club got to win, the team got to win out of that to open this crucial homestand.
Yeah, he was very much under control with his comments and with the way he approached the whole game.
3-0 now, the count to Evan.
You know why that's interesting to me? Because everybody thinks, well, the Rays don't have really that veteran ace. I mean, James Shields is only 28. But when you hear Matt Garza talk like that,
and there's ball 4.
You start to think of that potential 18-game winner that you should see every year with that kind of stuff.
Well, Joe Madden after the game talked in terms of an event like that catapulting Garza to the level where Garza wants to be and where the Rays would love to see him be. And I really thought his performance last night was very impressive in what he executed, but the way he went about it, particularly in the late stages of that game, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th innings, he was very good, and then excellent in all that he had to do after the game. Evan back in at first.
Little decoy by Cabrera, like the ball went over his head, trying to get Evan to bite on that.
That's the line on Garza last night. Carlos Pena takes a strike. 0-1. Tigers had a base runner in the first. The Rays a 2-out walk in the first. And Pena takes a close pitch for a ball. 1-1.
He's got good movement. Another off-speed pitch right there with good depth to it, fading away from Carlos.
And again, back to first is Longoria. Evan walked on 4 pitches. He might want to have an especially good night against Verlander. Isn't Verlander is the guy painting all the mustaches on Evan in those commercials?
Yes.
High fly ball back into center field. That's got some carry. Jackson to the wall. Gone. Home run for Carlos Pena. Pena hits his 22nd home run of the year. A towering blast back into center field, and the Rays lead 2-0.
Take a look at this pitch off the outside corner. And see, that ball's a ball, but it's up. And Carlos got extended. He used the old Adrian Gonzalez theory. Look at that shot. Great overhead camera shot right there. Launching high, lofting fly ball, and Nelson Jackson just ran out of room. Looked like he had a beat on it, but you're right. It just had carry.
Matt Joyce going after the first one, and he hits a high foul. It's going to be out of play. Well, if you're going to get Verlander, you'd better get him in the first inning, and he has had throughout his career some first inning problems, and the Rays have gotten him for 2 runs here. In 20 starts this year, the opposition hitting .299 off him in the first inning. Overall, just .233. That gives you an idea how good he is once he gets beyond the first. And the Rays put up 2 in the first tonight.
I love that camera shot, too, because it showed it was a good 4 or 5 inches outside.
1 and 2. Yeah, that was a great look.
But it was up, and Carlos can reach that.
Take another look.
Take a look. This is a great overhead shot right here. It's off the outside corner. I mean, that's almost over the inside line of the batter's box there, but reachable for Carlos because the ball was up.
Outside. How cool is that shot?
That's awesome. I think it's the best shot in baseball.
In high definition, that's one of the greatest shots you'll ever see. Look at that.
The ball was coming right at you, too, that home run ball from this shot right here.
And a cut and a miss by Joyce. Breaking ball got him, the curveball. Rays are out in the first, but they strike early. A home run. Scott, the Money Superstore. By Checkers, little plays, big taste. And by Toyota, moving forward. All set for a good time at the ballpark here at Tropicana Field.
Now that's paint right there.
Yes, it is.
That's what Shields needs to do right here is paint the corners.
Brennan Bosch will lead it off, the right fielder. First pitch is a fastball for a strike.
And he did.
Bosch, Rayburn, and then Avila do.
It's an aggressive young hitter. He's always in hit mode.
Ground ball to second. Grignac's there and makes the throw to first. Bosch is out of there, one away.
Good call right there. Good changeup after a good strike with a fastball on the block of home plate.
So Ryan Rayburn will be the hitter, and before he steps in, let's check in with Todd to get an update on Upton.
All right, Dwayne, it was a good read by you as he walked off, which showed a lack of severity. And they're just calling it a left ankle sprain right now, and they say he's going to be day to day. So better news than what it could have been initially when it looked like he could have been hurt more severely. Guys, back to you.
All right, here's the pitch to Rayburn, and it's a strike. Well, that's good news for BJ, because at first, the way he went down and some of the grimacing we saw, it appeared that it could have been a lot worse, but that's really good news that it's only an ankle sprain.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, 2. Misses for a ball. Shields 3-0, covering 6 prior starts against the Tigers. And in those starts, the Rays have gone 5-1. And he strikes out Rayburn with a changeup. And that's the James Shields, even to a right-handed hitter. That's the James Shields that really is his trademark.
Right, because it's got 2 types of movement. It's fading in, and then the bottom falls out at the last instant right here. That's an unhittable changeup. Look at that. 2 types of movement. Outstanding.
Two up, 2 down. Here's the catcher, Alex Avila. Ball 1. Missed by much. One and 1 to count. Shields came out this year with a little more velocity on that fastball than he had seen in the last few years, and that's fine, but you've got to be judicious with it, and you've got to have good command of that fastball as well to get it to where you want it to be.
Nice.
Ahead right there, 1 and 2.
Get it over changeup right there. Then he comes back with that put away changeup that you just saw a moment ago on Rayburn. Let's see if he goes to it here.
It's down. And Avila took the change.
No, you're right. I mean, he's throwing 89 to 90 right now with the fastball. I think there was a time, we go back to the road trip, the first West Coast trip, where he pitched that game in Seattle, and that fastball was at 92, 93. Oh, that's a good pitch.
Very close. Taken again, and it's now 3 and 2. Here's a look from Foxtrack.
That's a beauty right there. I think that's that cutter backdoor that he likes to use. You can't throw it any better than that. Excellent pitch.
And a little low right there with a fastball.
Yeah, it's too bad. You shouldn't have to make the pitch twice. You make the money pitch, you should get that pitch.
So the Tigers have a base runner with 2 outs. Scott Sizemore is going to be the hitter. Yankees and the Indians, top of the 3rd, no score. The Blue Jays have jumped to a 3-0 lead at home in the second on a home run by Bautista. His 29th of the year.
That's new.
Yep. There's a strike to Sizemore.
I think Bautista, he swings hard in case he hits it, and he hits it 29 times.
That's exactly right.
I mean, he's up there hacking.
Sizemore skies it up the right side. Joyce after it, but can't get there. It's a foul ball and just short of the stands.
It's interesting because we were talking with Rod Allen, the broadcaster for the Tigers before the game, and he said Verlander came off a start in Toronto where that's exactly what they did. Every first pitch that was over the plate, they were hacking. There's Rod.
Yep. Well, that's what the Blue Jays do. They're ready to hit as soon as they're in that batter's box. Soft liner into left, and that's going to fall in front of Crawford. Sizemore is on. Avila stops at second.
He hit that with a tennis racket? I mean, how did he get to that pitch? That ball was in off the plate. Swatting flies. Look at this pitch. Look at the movement on that pitch. Give him credit. He stayed inside it and got enough of it. I mean, he got him on the label, though. But he drops it in front of Carl for the base hit. That's a good pitch by James Shields.
Yeah, if the pitch were not that good, he would have lined to left and we'd be out of the inning.
That's right. Carl would be dodging the lights again, like last night. That was a great play, by the way. That was not an easy play, which we noted at the time. Miguel Cabrera with that line drive. Saved the no-hitter.
Count here. Yep, it sure did.
Love that pitch. That's what we were talking about in the open right there. Good overhand curveball. He's got a good one.
Yes, he does.
Look at this pitch. That's a beauty. Look at the bite on that. You just give up on that as a hitter.
That's I hope I stay alive pitch on the changeup and that swing. Count still 2 strikes.
Get that good overhand curve with that great changeup and a live fastball that he has. An occasional cutter, backdoor, whatever. I mean, that's all you need. But that curveball makes such a difference.
And a cut and a miss on that one, and he had some bite right there to strike out Santiago. 2 men left. We got to the bottom of the second, and the Rays lead.
Before the game, he said after his start against the Marlins in June, where he allowed 7 runs in an inning and a third, his son, who was 8 years old, said, "Dad, you really stink." And so Matt last night, as he continues to the little work on the dance moves there, Matt last night called his son out on the West Coast after the game, after he did all his interviews. He goes, "Hey, Matthew, who's the man now?" And the 8-year-old Matt said, well, he's still not an all-star, Dad. So he's keeping his dad in check, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, they have a way of doing that. Willie Ibar leads it off, and the pitch misses, and that runs the count to 2-0.
Isn't that always the way with the sons of major league players? It's the other players they want to see.
Yep.
You're just dad.
Yeah. Hey. Well, you threw a no-hitter, but you're not an all-star yet.
Yeah.
How about that? Ibar up in the count against Justin Verlander. And he walks him on 4 pitches. Rays put the leadoff man aboard here in the second. Time to remind you, in tonight's game and all season long, Tires Plus donates $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Here's John Jaso. Jaso starts the night hitting .268 over to first, and Ibar is back in.
They're worried about everybody running, I guess.
Jaso takes a strike.
First pitch changeup right there.
Down with a long look down at Tom Foley. That's wide.
2 in a row right there. Changeups.
Rays facing Justin Verlander. Verlander, a 19-game winner last year and the Major League strikeout champ. A little soft liner that got in on him, and he hits the little looping glider to the shortstop, Santiago.
A little jam shot there after a couple of nice changeups. Just powers his fastball in on John, tied him up.
Well, Reed Brignac will get a chance to swing the bat against Verlander. Reed not in the original lineup. Goes into the 8th spot, replacing Upton, who left with the left ankle sprain. Ibar's back in at first base. He's feeling pretty good that they're paying that much attention to him.
He's feeling pretty fast right now.
Yeah. He goes, wait, am I faster than I thought I was?
He might take off now. You keep throwing over there.
A changeup to start Brignac. Ball 1.
Yeah, he does that a lot. We saw that the last time we saw him, which was last year.
Yep.
Late in the year.
Verlander out of Old Dominion University. That's a fastball, and he throws it for a strike. Verlander has a no-hitter in his young career. That came in June of 2007. It started wide, a breaking ball, and just missed being a strike.
Yeah, he throws a curve and a slider. Throws them both. That was the curveball right there.
You know, Verlander's no-hitter in 07 was the first thrown by a Tiger pitcher in Detroit since 1952.
And who was that?
Virgil Trucks. Line shot down to first, and they're going to get a double play. Ibar doubled off first as Cabrera takes that line drive and steps on the bag. Through 2-0 Tampa Bay. news that touches your life, turn to the St. Petersburg Times. Winner of 2 2009 Pulitzer Prizes for excellence in journalism. Subscribe to the Times, the official newspaper of the Rays, by calling 877 The Times or visit TampaBay.com. It's the top of the order, Austin Jackson. First pitch was a strike, and he takes this one away. 1-1. Jackson had a fly ball deep to center field, back to the warning track in the first inning. Back toward left center. It's fouled out of play, and the count goes to 1-2.
Well, James is changing speeds pretty well. I like
That's
that.
a real key for him.
Yeah. And he's changing speeds early, which I think is important.
Fastball up a little bit, but off the plate. Jackson fouled it back, 1-2. Well, he can do that, and with the arsenal of pitches he has, that mixture can be very good for him. 2-2.
Yeah. 75, the low side is the curveball. Fastball's topped it out at 91. Changeup's in the 80s.
Jackson fouls a changeup, hits it on the ground. Still a 2-2 count.
I just think the curveball with his arsenal gives him more depth. As a hitter, one more thing to think about.
Jackson fouls another one.
Where sometimes with too many cutters and slash sliders, it's the differential between that and the fastball. Sometimes it's not enough. Curveball it is.
Count runs full. Rhymes on deck. And a swing and a miss. Jackson missed the fastball up. And is strikeout number 3 for Shields. That's 100 strikeouts on the year for Jackson.
And I think he could do more of that too. We talked about going north and south. Now that wasn't necessarily his intent because he was trying to go away, but it got above his hands. And Matt Garza used that pitch very effectively last night. And you don't have to throw 95 to get up above somebody's hands. I'm going to tell you, as a hitter myself, your eyes light up when you see a high fastball. You think you can, oh, I can get to that because you see the whole ball. And you swing underneath it.
Will Rhymes takes the pitch up for a ball. And he's after this high fastball and pops it up.
Well, just like
Brignac.
Dwayne, it's just like that pitch. That's a ball, but you see the whole ball as a hitter, and you go, boy, that looks good.
So 2 up, 2 down. Just a reminder to look for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment coming up later in tonight's game. In observance of a job well done. Johnny Damon takes the curveball and it stays wide. 1-0. I think that's a great point to make, Kevin, on that fastball up and up out of the strike zone.
Yeah, when you get the count in your favor, you're 0-2, 1-2. I mean, he got Jackson on a 3-2, but when you get the count in your favor, a lot of guys are thinking down and away. Boy, when you throw that fastball up above your hands, it's a strikeout or pop-out pitch.
2 balls and a strike.
Everybody's taught to live down and away to begin with.
And another strike squares the count to Damon.
You change that eye level when you got the count in your favor. It plants a seed in the hitter's mind. That ball's a little bit off the corner, but pretty good pitch.
And a full count. Damon with a couple of career home runs at the expense of Shields. Cabrera is on deck. And the 3-2. Strike 3 ball on the inside corner. Second strikeout of the inning, the fourth on the night. A very good pitch here. For the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club, offering extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Whitney Bank Club features upscale full menu buffets and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com to purchase or for more information. Jason Bartlett will open the home half of the inning. And he shoots one into left, a base hit. Line drive, Rayburn with the pickup. Big turn at first. Bartlett hangs on with a single. Solid line drive.
Yeah, solid and quick and short. Short to the ball. This ball's in. Boy, that's a nice, quick, short swing by Jason Bartlett. He gets inside the ball.
How about this for the first two innings on Verlander? He'd made 35 pitches. Just 49% of those pitches strikes.
Yeah, he had, what, 35 and 17?
Yeah.
35 pitches, only 17 strikes in the first two innings.
Leadoff single here in the third. That gets Zobrist, the top side of the order, to the plate. Strike one.
Now here's a guy you should be throwing over on. Of course, they're in that good pitch out count now, 0-1.
Well, Bartlett hit sixth last night. Ibar's hitting sixth tonight, so maybe they got him confused.
Might have, yeah.
In the scouting meeting.
Well, really looks fast.
Yeah. Bartlett aboard. He's 9 of 11 in the running game and draws another peg.
Let's throw that fastball off the outside corner here. Try to get a strike on it.
Chop to first. Cabrera goes to second out there. Back to first, not in time. Well, if they get the force play on Bartlett at second, Cabrera to Santiago.
Now they went away, but it was the changeup. That was a nice play by Cabrera.
You know, Cabrera has dropped some weight, and he's very nimble down there at first base.
Yeah, he made a nice play right there. Full 360 threw a strike over there, and they almost turned two on that play. Verlander gets over there. Love the Exmo right here.
Well, you know, Cabrera's always had good hands. That's one thing about him.
Yeah, he played right field when he first got to the big leagues with Florida, and then, of course, third base. Well, he's a different guy this year. He's cleaned up, checked some things that happened to him last year. His personal life.
Crawford fouls a fastball back. Carroll homered last night. He has 12 on the year now. He fouls it, so he's down now. Carroll last year hit 15 home runs. He's consistently been in double figures. His home run high was 18 in 2006.
Well, that ball he hit last night, that's not easy to get out to center field. And that was not a huge swing. That was just a nice, fluid, compact swing. That ball jumped off his bat to center field.
Curveball too low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He hasn't thrown too many sliders yet. He's throwing that curveball a lot and that changeup to go with his fastball.
And it's up the left side, but will twist foul. Want to hop the wall. So it's a ball and 2 strike count on the Rays left fielder. Lifts the fly ball toward the line and left. Rayburn is there. 2 outs. So a man at first is Zobrist with 2 gone. Evan Longoria is on his way to the plate. With 2 outs in the first, Evan walked. Verlander walked him on 4 pitches. And 3 pitches later, Carlos Pena hit a home run to center field. Starts it with a curveball, ball 1.
Well, Carlos is only a couple of RBIs now behind Evan for team lead.
Yeah, 63 for Pena.
22 home runs.
All no strikes. It's going to be a strike.
There's a slider right there. It's only thrown maybe 2 or 3. That's a good one right there. 86 miles an hour. See that depth? Good depth to that. Bites the outside corner at the knees.
Now he's ahead of Longoria. Changed up on him. 1 and 2.
He mixes it up, doesn't he?
I'll tell you, these 2 last pitches, that slider and the changeup.
Nasty. Over the top of it right there.
Count still, the ball, 2 strikes. Foul on a breaking pitch.
And he drops a curveball on him. He's thrown everything at Evan. He's thrown his whole arsenal at him.
He said in those spots that he wasn't any big deal.
Yeah, no, I saw that all winter.
Yeah, he's unloading everything he's got trying to get him out. Over to first. Zobrist back in. Rays have a couple hits off Verlander. He's walked 2. Rays have 2 runs, and he has picked up a couple strikeouts. Another toss to first, then back in. Only 7-year-old right-hander, Justin Verlander. There goes the runner. Good jump, and there's no throw. Zobrist steals his 20th base of the year. He's 20 of 22 now.
Yeah, great time to go, too, because Ben figured that they weren't going to throw a fastball 1 and 2 to Longoria. It was a slider in the dirt. And Ben is in there easily, obviously. No throw.
And a line drive going to be caught by Rhymes. He held on. A lot of baseball showing in that mitt, but he held on for the out. We are through 3, 2-0 Tampa Bay. As we go to the 4th, time for the AT&T Mobility Trivia question. How many teams in MLB history been involved in 3 no-hitters in a single season? Well, we know one. Here's Miguel Cabrera.
And we worked him.
Yeah. Strike 1. Cabrera, followed by Bosch, and then Rayburn. A 1-1 count. Low. Let's have some fun with this. Here's that ball Cabrera hit last night that Crawford made a catch on, and you could tell he was battling that line drive in the lights. So here's the question. I mean, you think umpiring is difficult? Try being an official scorer sometime. Now, Bill Matthews is scoring this game tonight, and he was last night. And the question came up, what if Crawford doesn't make that catch? He loses it in the lights. What do you do? Is that a hit or is that an error?
Well, if you're on the road, it's...
That's right.
It's a hit. If you're at home, it's an error.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, the line shot into left center field. That's going to roll to the wall. Cabrera's going to have an extra base hit, and Zobrist plays the carom, and it's a leadoff double. Well, you know, I really think there would have been a dilemma there.
Yeah, there would have been.
But ultimately, and we had a conversation with Bill and with Jim Hickey on the field before the game about that.
It's a good, powerful swing right there.
Yes, it is.
What did they say?
And he, Hickey said, "Hey, that's got to be an error."
It's an error.
You know, that's his pitcher
pitching
out there.
Guy. Yeah, of course.
But and Bill said, "Hey, it's for it to be a hit, it has to be a clean hit." And that's a pretty good point of view, I think. Foul ball by Bosch.
Well, I take it that would not have been a clean hit then.
No, it would not have been a clean hit. So that's going to be an error.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it would have turned out to be.
I think Carl would have wanted it that way too.
Yeah. There he is, and that's not an easy Easy job. Spill right there.
No, it's not.
Oh, 2.
A good curveball.
Cabrera's at second. That doubles his 34th. He leads the league in that department as well. Cabrera tries to win a triple crown. And a tap right side. Shields will get the tag, and over to third base trots Cabrera. Bosch is the first out of the inning. So a man at third for the first time tonight for Detroit. It comes here in the fourth with one away, and now Brian Rayburn prepares to step in. Rayburn struck out swinging on a changeup the first time up. And the pitch is a strike.
Good pitch at the knees. Nice. Rays this early will give up a run. Evan Longoria is up close enough where it's hit hard to him. He can make a play on Cabrera.
Cutting a miss on a curveball. Nothing in 2.
And that's a good one. That's a good overhand curveball right there. Look at this. Great bite on that. I'd like to see James get right here as a strikeout. Take a pop up too. Gonna go up the ladder on
Way up, and he takes it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But that's not a bad use of that fastball.
No, it's not. Now we saw Rayburn get on top of a couple of Garza fastballs when he tried to go up. He had a pretty good swing on the high pitch.
And he comes back for the curveball and strikes him out. And again, a good sequence right there is here, at least in the early part of this game. Shields has been very judicious with the fastball and good with the curve and the off-speed stuff.
Boy, what a difference with that curve after the effective fastball up, changing the eye level of the hitter. And he goes right back and throws a put-away curveball. Excellent. Great sequence.
It's Alex Avila. The pitch is a strike.
Tell you what,
curveball.
This might be the most curves we've seen him throw early in the game like this.
Tell you, he's got a
like
good
it
one.
a lot.
Yep, makes a lot of sense.
Got a good feel for it too.
Count is 0-2. The Indians have a 2-0 lead on New York. They're in the bottom of the 4th inning of that game.
That's against C.C. Sabathia tonight.
Yeah. Rooting for the Indians tonight. The Braves are.
Get a little closer with the Yankees coming in this weekend.
This one bounces away down the line. Comes Cabrera. He is out at the plate. Shields put the tag on him on a good recovery by Jaso. And Cabrera is cut down trying to score. Jaso to Shields to retire the side. Look at Jaso.
Outstanding.
That's a great play right there. 2-0.
Jaso, as he couldn't stop the curveball, keep it in front of him, but great reactions, no hesitation, and James breaks for home plate and does a nice job of staying clear and not getting hurt, too. That's the only thing you worry about pitchers covering home plate, but the ball beat him. Tag is put down, and it's a good call.
Jaso is even quick on that Fox Expo.
He was.
It's Carlos Pena.
Well, that play is something you work on in spring training a lot. Catchers work on that. It's not something that you don't do, but it's not often that once the season starts that you do that. So that was pretty good reactions.
A breaking ball in for a strike, and the count to Pena is 0-2 against Verlander. Yeah, the idea is to block that curveball to begin with.
That's the first thing.
That's what you try to do first, but absent that, you make a great play like Jaso did.
Yeah, and the only way you can do it is slide on your knees like that.
High fly ball off the bat of Pena all the way to the track. Bosch is going to have room, and he makes the catch about 2 steps from the wall. Pena down 0-2. What a tomahawk the pitch, and
he sure did.
Skied it to deep right.
Yeah. He's so strong when he hits a ball up in the air that high like that. You think he might get it out of the ballpark. Did a nice job of getting on top of that. That's a good short swing right there.
Now Matt Joyce, who had the big grand slam last night. It's a strike. Joyce out on strikes on a curveball his first time up. 0-2. And the fastball by him, and Joyce is the second out of the inning. Let's get the answer to our AT&T Mobility Trivia question. How many teams in MLB history have been involved in 3 no-hitters in a single season? Well, the answer to that, we start with the Rays and then go back to the 1917 Chicago White Sox and the 1917 St. Louis Browns. Ibar fouling one back, and that 1917 White Sox team was a pretty good team.
Yeah, well, they won it.
Ibar walked his first time.
Maybe that's a good omen.
Yeah, well, we'll take all of those we can get.
Why not?
Leads him back.
Don't you see a different Verlander this inning? He's saying, I'm not fooling around this inning. You can almost tell he's going all fastballs. Might mix it up here, but he's been powering a fastball this inning. Here's an off speed.
2-1. He's one of those guys who's throwing a changeup 85, 86.
Yeah.
And a pop up off another changeup. Cabrera makes the catch. So the Rays are finished. 1, 2, 3, they go. On to the 5th, 2-0 Tampa Bay. Fifth inning at Tropicana Field. Start your weekend at Friday Fest, presented by Captain Morgan. Come out Friday the 30th. It's Festival Latino. The Rays take on the Yankees, and the first 10,000 fans receive a Los Rays t-shirt, presented by the St. Petersburg Times. Then stick around. Another post-game concert featuring Los Lobos. First pitch to Avila. Alex Avila is a strike. Avila has a home run off James Shields. That came here last September. 0-2. Shields last worked here against this team at Tropicana Field on the 5th of September last year in an 8-6 loss. It was a no decision for Shields, but he did give up a home run to Avila and one to Polanco. A ball, 2 strikes.
Tried to backdoor that little hard breaker right there, little cutter.
Shields has given up 3 hits tonight, no runs, walked a man, and has 5 strikeouts. It's inside. 2-2. That's going to fall for a base hit. An off-speed pitch, and Avila's aboard for the second time tonight. Leadoff single into left field. Time to look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. The Tigers in for 2 more, including the day game on Thursday. We'll be with you tomorrow night with Game 3. Then the Yankees and the Twins in on this homestand. As we look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. Tigers have the leadoff hitter on base for the second straight inning. Here's Scott Sizemore. He takes a strike.
Well, the pitch to Avila was not a bad call. He just got the off-speed pitch up. In a contact count, he just slapped it into left field.
High fly ball back towards center. Zobrist on the run, and he will not get this one. It's over his head. He plays a quick carom, and it will be a double, setting up in at second and third. Sizemore booms his 6th double of the year over Zobrist's head in center.
Take a look at the pitch right here. The 0-1 count. It's like a slider, same location. Sizemore just stays nice and short to the ball and gets great extension with his finish. And Zobrist does a great job of playing this carom, getting it back in quickly to save a run and keep runners at second and third.
So a major Tiger threat right now. Ramon Santiago. He was the pinch hitter in the 9th inning last night, who made the last out of the game. Attacks a fastball, fouling it, strike 1. Santiago struck out in the 2nd inning. Shields got ahead of him and then threw him a slider to get him. And a breaking ball, a good one for strike 2.
Boy, really good. I'll tell you, that might be his best pitch tonight.
I think it is, yep. Well, Shields has the ability to move the ball in opposite directions with that great changeup and then that curveball.
Yeah, I think that's where he's been effective. As long as the changeup is down. I mean, the only mistake on Avila was that the changeup was up. almost doubled up on that curveball again here. Jason's already had practice trying to block that.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's already been doing his catching drills on pass balls or wild pitches.
Tap foul on a curve. Count remains 0-2.
That's a good pitch now, so you can go up the ladder if you can get one up above his hands. Get a pop out of it, or maybe a strikeout, but you got to make sure it's above his hands. So now you got him looking down those last two curveballs.
2. He went up, and Santiago did not chase.
Yeah, that's a good effort, though. That's the right call. Now you can either double up on that or go right back to off speed. As long as you bury your changeup or your curve down in the dirt, because you got the count in your favor to do that.
Came back with a curveball to strike him out. A big first out here with the Tigers threatening in the 5th.
See that fastball up helped create this. Curveball down and away this time. 3 curveballs in the last 4 pitches, and he gets the strikeouts. But the fastball up set this up. Great shot of Exmo right there.
And we did the same thing with the right-handed hitter Rayburn in the 4th inning.
Exactly.
And now against Santiago, here's Austin Jackson. And the strike on the outside part of the plate starts him with a fastball.
Now what James is doing, he's getting the hitters in between, because when they're looking for off speed or a curveball now, they get a fastball like that, and as he gets ahead, first pitch strike, 16 of 20. That's outstanding, 80%.
And a little tap back to the mound. Toss to first, 2 gone. Well, after setting up then at second and third with nobody out, it's now second and third with 2 outs. And to this point, he's got a big out to get, but to this point, Shields has done a great job of pitching in this situation.
Yeah, he really has. And again, that was the curveball. Good overhand curveball. Jackson looked at a fastball for a strike and got a curveball that hit off the end of the bat. You know, and you're looking at David Price there with Jim Hickey, and that's what David Price has gone to this year. His curveball has really helped his fastball, David Price.
Will Rhymes.
There's a block.
Curveball, and it is blocked by Jason.
Well, the way you block a right-handed curveball is you got to make sure if it bites, he's got almost a 12-6 curveball. When it bites, you got to make sure you get. See, it's going to come back. See how it bites? Because of the spin, it's going to come back to your left if you're the catcher. So you got to turn that left shoulder in. If it's a left-handed curveball, it's just the opposite. But a right-handed curveball, the reason it carried off to his left because he didn't turn his shoulder in last inning. Talking about Jaso.
2-0.
You form a cup with your body, but on a good overhand curveball, it's going to bite, and then it's going to carry him to your left a little bit. So you got to make sure you actually turn your body a little bit to your left and get your shoulder in to bury the ball right out in front of home plate.
Inside. Jaso reaching for the fastball in there to grab it. 3-0.
Well, this is a rookie right here. This is the guy you want. James is backing off the mound. You don't want to face Johnny Damon with the bases loaded here. Veteran hitter like that. This is a guy you got to come all the way back on, and he's got the ability to do that, James Shields. Come all the way back here. Pound the strike zone right here. The fastball away.
And that's a strike. 3-1.
Now, you don't want to groove one here because the kid will be swinging. And any kid coming up from the minor leagues usually can hit a fastball. So in this count, he's got a good curve, he's got a good change. This kid wants to swing the bat.
And he pops him up. Left side. That's Bartlett. And the Rays get out of that spot. Threw him a fastball. Tigers lead 2, and the Rays lead 2-0. on him. That has kept the Tigers off the scoreboard so far, with the Rays coming in to hit in the bottom of the 5th inning, leading 2-0.
Well, that last inning, second and third, that was just great pitching by James Shields to get out of that, really utilizing the overhand curveball and spotting his fastball effectively. Great job.
John Jaso to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Pitch is outside, 1-0. Well, this has been a great combination of pitching by Shields tonight, with a lot of his off-speed stuff. Jaso, on that particular pitch from Verlander, didn't have a chance.
No. Verlander's on this mission now with his fastball. He's getting a better command of it, and he's just powering it in, up and in on the hitters, left-hand hitters, like that.
Cut the miss on a fastball. Jason tried to quicken it up that time.
I could see it last inning. He had a different demeanor, a faster demeanor. Like, I don't want to mess around with, throwing every pitch to every hitter. I'm going to use my fastball effectively.
And he strikes him out with a high fastball, and right there is an example of it. 95 with a fastball up.
Yeah, he's not fooling around. Definitely a different Verlander the last 2 innings. Look at that.
And here's how different he is, too. We talked about 49% of strikes in the first 2. 79 strikes, 79% of his pitches were strikes in the 3rd and 4th innings.
Well, I think that's what, in between innings, that's what he was thinking. When he came back out in the 4th, even on Pena, even though Pena hit the long fly ball, he was a different pitcher with the fastball. Look at him. I mean, he's just powering it in there now.
Brignac takes a strike.
Of course, if you watch Matt Garza last night, and he did, Matt threw 101 fastballs. Threw a no-hitter of his 120.
And Brignac could not catch up to that fastball up at 95.
I think Verlander's got his lather going now.
Yes, he does. I think you're right.
Man.
And a breaking ball. 1-2.
Yeah, he overthrew that one. That was a curveball. He really overthrew it too hard. Fastball in again. Gonna go up and in. No, he came back with a curve.
And it's 2-2.
I think Abilo, he called a curve, then he went to the fastball, and Verlander shook him off. He wanted to stay with the curve.
Rays lineup card, Reed Brignac. A late addition, as it turned out. He came into the game in the first when Upton was injured. There's a little roller to his right. Rhymes in the throw to first in time. So Brignac almost defensively hit that ball on the ground toward the middle. 2 gone. Stop in any Bay Area Beef O'Brady's restaurant. Sign up your mom to win a Rays VIP fan pack consisting of a meet and greet with a Rays player, Rays jersey, tickets, field passes, and a $100 gift card to Beefs. Deadline to enter is the 15th of August. See you at Beefs. Jason Bartlett takes a pitch inside. 1-0. Bartlett had a base hit in the 3rd. And a breaker. Slider. It's 1-1.
Yeah, Jason turned on a good fastball middle in for his base hit.
And he went after that one on the appeal, says Marty Foster. It's 1-2.
Well, as hard as Verlander's throwing now, Jason was thinking fastball again. Couldn't hold up on an 85 slider.
And a ground ball headed to short. Santiago takes care of that. The Rays are up and down 1-2-3. We're through 5, and the Rays lead 2-0. For limited time, take advantage of the Autoway Buy 3 Get 1 free tire special at all Autoway dealerships. Go to AutoWayServiceCenters.com for locations and to schedule your appointment. Johnny Damon leads it off, and the first pitch here is a strike call. Damon, Cabrera, and Bosch. So they getting down into the middle part of this order. And there's a chopper up the middle, going to be a tough play, and it skips through. Leadoff single by Damon. Cabrera's due up, and right now we'll check in with Todd Callis. Todd.
All right, Dwayne, and we have Melissa Etheridge with us. She is watching the game from Tropicana Field tonight. Your first chance to watch a game here, huh? What do you think?
Yes, and it's great. I wish I could have been here last night, but this is great. They're playing awesome.
You missed history by 24 hours.
I know, but it's kind of nice. I feel it's still in here.
Well, tell us what's going on. You're in town for a show tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we have a show tonight. Tomorrow night.
Yeah, if you have a show tonight, we're in show.
I'm in trouble. I'm not there. No, yeah, we have a show tomorrow night, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Over at the Strass Center, formerly known as Tampa Bay Performing Arts Center, and you did get to throw out the first pitch tonight.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Oh, it was so much fun. I was so worried, but I got it in the glove, and I was very happy.
Big target. Jeff Neiman was the catcher for this.
He's huge.
Yeah.
My God, he's so tall.
Perfect guy to catch the first pitch. Well, we look forward we thank you for being here, first of all. We look forward to your show tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Guys, back to you.
All right. Todd's always where the action is, you know.
She's good, too.
Take a look at the first pitch delivered by Melissa. Look at that. How about that?
Right over the plate. That was a strike. Well done.
Now 1-1 the count to Miguel Cabrera. And he shoots another one toward the gap into left center field. Zobrist backhands to cut it off. Damon's going to stop at third. It's another double. And again, the Tigers have men at second and third with nobody out to start an inning.
Almost the identical location. Take a look at the pitch. Yeah, it's almost the same pitch. Look how far in off the plate that was. But Miguel again drops ahead on it. It's a ball. It's off the inside corner. It's almost identical pitch for the double. That's the Chuckers double of the game right there. 2 for Miguel Cabrera.
What this tells you, strong, good hitters hit pitches that aren't strikes, and good things happen for them. Now a line drive caught at first and a snap throw down towards second, but Cabrera is back in. Bosch hits a solid line drive, and Pena makes the catch at first base. One away.
And quick reactions by Carlos. He was looking for a double play, which would have been huge. But it was hit so hard, the infielders had to really freeze immediately.
Yeah, and Cabrera's giving him the what for on the throw down there at second, trying to double him off after that.
Yeah, he is.
What the? Ryan Rayburn, and the first pitch is a strike.
You make a good point, though. Carlos Pena's home run was not a strike as far as being over the heart of home plate. It was about 4 inches off the outside corner, but it was up.
Yeah.
And he hit it to center field for the home run.
It's the same thing that Adrian Gonzalez does.
All the time.
The 0-1. And a chopper charged by Bartlett. He's going to try to barehand, and the throw is past Pena. Damon has already scored, and Cabrera will score as a result of the throw. Rayburn goes into second base, and the game is tied. So Rayburn with that chop, he made Bartlett hurry the throw, and the Tigers have 2 runs. That's going to be a base hit and an error charge to Bartlett.
Yeah, a tough play for Jason. He did the right thing with the bare hand, and you thought, well, once he got it, he might have had a shot at him, but he throws wide of Carlos. And the tying run will score right here. I think Rayburn would have been safe either way. Nice effort, but 2 good pitches, seeing eye hits in this inning off of James Shields. The hit by Damon also.
Here's Avila. The pitch is wide. So Damon and Cabrera have scored. The game is a 2-2 tie. And that chopping infield hit for Rayburn, the 8th of the night for Detroit. He winds up at second on Bartlett's error. Fly ball back into left field. Crawford's going to have plenty of room to make the catch. 2 gone. You know, the Rays have been playing very solid defense. Coming into this game, they've made only 1 error in their last 10 games and 4 in 29 games. That's a month's worth of baseball, just 4 errors.
It is, and they come in 4th in the American League in fielding percentage coming into this game, where last year they were 9th. They're also 8th in baseball in fielding percentage, and that was an error of aggression. And I can't really fault Jason. He's doing the best he can to keep the game at 2-1. Just the throw was a little bit wide, and with the runner arriving at the same time, Pena really couldn't get a stretch in there, because I think normally if Rayburn wasn't down the line that quickly, I think Carlos would have stretched differently toward the ball, but he wasn't able to.
1-0 the count to Sizemore. He fouls a fastball back. So the count is 1-1.
And for James Shields, he's got really good stuff tonight, and he's just got to continue to do what he's doing, change speeds and not let that get him down, and just keep the game right here at 2-2.
Sizemore with 2 hits, a single and a double. Verlander has really found his stride. So it's a tie game, and it's going to be a battle from here on out.
You know, that pitch by Cabrera, he's had 2 doubles tonight. Both of them were off the inside corner. And last night, that line drive that hit to left field that Crawford caught, it was a similar pitch off the inside corner by Garza. And I think I'd stay away from there. If you're going to go in on Cabrera, you do what Matt Garza did last night. You come up and in.
Tie. 2-2. Two runs, 3 hits, and an error in the inning, and a breaking ball. The curveball takes the count full. So it's 3-2 now to Scott Sizemore.
Cabrera, one of the things about Cabrera, I noticed in him with a good side shot we had in him, he really has a good load, and he can hit the low ball in.
And a swing and a miss. That takes care of Sizemore. Fastball registers the strikeout, number 7 on the night. Tigers score 2. We're tied 2-2. The Money Superstore by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. By Badcock. For furniture and more and credit you can actually get, Badcock makes it easy. And by Dodge Ram Trucks. Award-winning Ram trucks. Plus a new heavy duty, making one of the most powerful lineups in Ram history. We go to the 7th. Bottom half of the 6th, actually, with the score tied 2-2, and the leadoff man is Ben Zobrist. 1 strike to count. Zobrist 0 for 2. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 runs, 8 hits for Detroit. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Rays. Both the Rays runs came in the first as Zobrist fouls it out of play.
Got to try to get that fastball down, and when that thing's riding at your hands, it's so tough to get on top of. Ben knows that. Says Verlander's got his fastball up to 95. He's averaging now.
And Ben, it's a little chopper to short. Santiago throws him out. I'm telling you, if he's not throwing it past guys, he is making them have defensive swings against the fastball.
Yeah, they got to zone him down. They really do right now, because he's really got a good rhythm with his fastball.
1 out. Tonight's out-of-way text poll with a trade deadline approaching on the 31st. What do you think the Rays should do? Get a middle-of-the-order bat, add a lefty to the bullpen, or stand pat? A little looper into center field off the bat of Carl Crawford, and that falls in between Santiago and Jackson for a base hit. Carl is aboard, so there's some speed over there. Crawford aboard with 1 away.
Well, Carl got a pitch down, and that's what we're talking about right there. 87 miles an hour with that pitch, but it was down, and Carl was able to get to it and drop it into left center field. Take a look from the side here on Exmo. So he goes down and just throws his hands at it. That's all that was. He drops it in a good spot for the base hit.
Now a move to first, and Carl is back in. Evan walked and scored in the first. He lined to second in the third. And he lifts a fly ball. Short center. Jackson's going to be there to make the catch. Verlander just boring the ball in there now. The hitter will be Carlos Pena. Cleveland has picked up a run in the 6th inning. It's 3-0 Cleveland as they bat in the bottom of the 6th. Indians leading the Yankees.
A couple of pretty good at-bats for Carlos. The home run to center and the one in the 4th inning. He almost hit out to right field.
Carlos hitting over 300 lifetime against Verlander. The shift on for him. And our M. Scott replay takes another look at the 1st inning home run.
Fastball up and off the outside corner. And a blast to dead center field.
Quick move to first on Crawford. Over to first again, and Crawford back in. You know, Verlander had a little talk behind the mound with himself. That first pitch to Pena was a breaking ball. He thought that was a strike.
Well, I did
and
too.
He was not happy.
I thought it was a pretty good pitch. It had such a good bite to it, but Carlos gets the call.
Breaking ball down and in, so it's 2-0. Yeah, Verlander became a little more animated than he's been after that pitch was called the ball. And a little tap foul. He had him out in front on a changeup. It's 2-1.
Yeah, a couple of curveballs in this sequence, followed by a changeup. Carlos has hit his fastball twice. Deep.
Two and one the count to Carlos Pena.
Might just double up on that changeup right here.
Upstairs.
No.
Up with the fastball.
That's why you can't look for the changeup off him. You better be ready for number one.
Not only will you not be able to hit the fastball, but it might be dangerous to look off speed against him. 3-1 the count to Carlos Pena. There goes Carl, and the pitch, a swing and a miss. Carl's in with a steal. Threw him that off-speed pitch.
See, I thought, Dwayne, he'd throw in reverse order. I thought he'd throw the changeup to try to get strike 2 and then go fastball up.
So the count is full. Crawford with steal number 35.
Well, now he's got 2 ways to go. He can go back to the changeup, or now he can go up the ladder with the fastball. Either way, Carlos, I'm sure, will be looking for the fastball and try to adjust.
They've gone all the way out. This is the first full count he's had since he went 3-2 to Crawford with 1 out in the first.
Avila's going out there now to say, forget about Carl Crawford. You got to make a pitch right here, because Crawford should take third base with the shift on. And if Carlos happens to draw a walk, it'll be first and third. But Carl Crawford definitely should be running right here. Take a look around at the defense in the infield, where the third baseman Sizemore is. Got no chance.
3-2 the count. And a step back by Verlander, and Pena steps back.
It's almost like Verlander doesn't like that the third baseman's at shortstop right now. He doesn't want to give Carl that bag. But he's going to take the bag.
And we'll have another discussion. Avila heads to the mound.
Well, it changes things. If Carl takes the bag, which I think he will, and he walks Pena, then you got to hold Pena on, and you got a left-handed hitter on deck. So I don't blame Verlander in some ways, but Jimmy Leland's playing the percentages with Carlos Pena, who we've never really seen hit a ground ball to third base. At least I haven't.
No. 3-2, and there is ball 4, and Crawford goes to third. So Pena walks. And I think you're right. Something like that can really bother a pitcher, and it's bothering Verlander.
It obviously did, and I think that's why Rick Knapp's going out there right now. That's a manager's choice right there. Because Carlos, we have never seen hit a little slow tapper through the left side of the infield like that. So Jimmy Leland's playing at percentages. Now here's the pitch. And it's not even close. That's a fastball at 96 miles an hour. Not even close. And, of course, Carl just trots into third base, as he should. But now they also might be defensively what you want to do if you're Cabrera. I mean, you might want to play behind Carlos Pena just to give yourself more range if you're Miguel Cabrera. We'll see. Looks like they're going to play the bag.
Yep.
But I'd play behind him with Matt Joyce up there just to give yourself more range.
Joyce twice has struck out tonight, once on a curveball, once overpowered on a fastball. And the pitch, a broken bat, and a fair ball up the right field line. Crawford scores. Pena goes to third. It's a double for Joyce, and the Rays lead 3-2. First pitch to Joyce. He breaks his bat and sent it just fair inside the right field line for a go-ahead double.
Yeah, there's no excuse to me for Verlander to have worried about Carl Crawford. I definitely think it affected him. He was in a good rhythm on Pena. He lost him. First pitch is a cookie right down the middle. And Joyce is able to get enough of it as he shatters his bat and drops it into right field for the double.
So Joyce, who had the big hit, the grand slam last night, breaks his bat and doubles in the go-ahead run here in the 6th inning tonight. Here's Willie Ibar. And the pitch is down. 1-0.
I think Avila did his best, too, a couple of times to go out there and tell Verlander, forget about it.
Yep.
Don't even look at him. He's going to take third base.
I think you're right.
You don't even have to look back at him. Get the hitter. That's what speed does right there, Carl Crawford.
1-0. And a pop-up that's foul, headed toward the stands and out of play. The count is 1-1. So the Rays, who saw the Tigers tie the game in the 6th inning, they had a couple of seeing eye hits in that frame, have come back with a broken bat double to grab the lead in the bottom of the 6th.
And the Rays would like a nice little chip shot here.
Boy, that would be big, especially with Verlander on the hill.
You bet. Get a couple more runs back here. Dunk it into left center field like Crawford did.
On 1. High bar short on the bat there and took a strike.
I think he had a notion to push it toward third base. You see how far Sizemore is. Look at where Sizemore is, way over here. And I think Ibar saw that, and Pena read it too. Pena was ready to score.
1 and 2. Oh, look out, up and in. Down he goes. And Verlander read it too.
Yeah, that's what Verlander thought of that bunt attempt.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly what that was about too. That was by design, meaning that was intentional. You want a bunt? I'm going to put you on your tail. That reminded me of Nolan Ryan right there.
Sure does.
Doesn't it?
Yep.
Old school. You want to score off me, you swing the bat.
2 and 2. Here it is. Breaking ball and a chopper headed towards second. Rhymes has it, and a throw to first in time to retire the side. Rays going to run the go-ahead run. And at the end of 6, it's 3-2 Tampa Bay.
And guys, tomorrow this ordinary boardroom behind me turns into the broadcast fundraiser war room led by Larry McCabe. We're going to have some great items for you to bid on. In fact, you can bid right now by going to RaysBaseball.com for the following items: a trip for 2 to Toronto for that series with the Blue Jays in September, a baseball clinic with Ben Zobrist, the Rays broadcaster package, the Ray for the Day, and also the Joe Madden Summer Social, which will be in August. In addition to that Summer Social, which is eligible to the first 200 people, you can also pick up a baseball ticket from last night's game, the Matt Garza no-hitter, if you sign up for the Summer Social. So, guys, I'm getting used to the view. I'll be here all night tomorrow for the broadcast fundraiser. Back to you.
There's a chopper headed up the middle of the bat of Santiago. And on an 0-1 pitch, he chops a single into center field. And the Tigers put the leadoff man on in what is a 3-2 ball game right now with the Rays on top.
Another pretty good pitch, a little bit up, but still a good pitch. A little chopper on a curveball, but don't be discouraged by that. He's had a lot of success and some very good curveballs tonight, James Shields. Got bullpen help behind James now as we get into those final 9 outs. Mix and match.
And they pitch to Jackson. He checked 1 ball and no strikes.
Take a look right here. Yeah, he was able to hold up. Get Balfour and Choate. Randy Choate on the left, Grant Balfour on the right of the bullpen mounds down there.
Runner at first, nobody out. 1-0 the count to Jackson. Pitch inside, 2-0. You know, we've talked the last few starts when Shields has been out there that perhaps he's gone to that fastball a little too much. Well, here's the reason. Fastball off him has been put into play 200 times, and the opposition's hitting 382 off his fastball.
That's incredible.
So the general impression of watching him has just been confirmed. And, you know, that fastball, even at 93, and he came out with added velocity to that fastball. But if you get too dependent, too carried away with that, the opposition knows that right away, and they'll speak to you, and they have. And he has mixed his pitches much better tonight.
Especially in hitters' counts.
Yeah. The opposition hitting 382 off his fastball, and 15 of the 22 home runs he's allowed have come off fastballs. And here's a guy with a great put-away changeup, and as we've seen tonight, a very good curveball.
Well, this is the most and probably the best curveball I've seen this season from James, and the most he's used it, and it's been very effective. And I don't care about the little choppers. Those are still outs. Those are good pitches.
2-1 to count to Jackson. There's a strike at the knees.
And what it does, it makes his fastball better, because now, you know, they're taking pitches like that.
Yep. Because that fastball is an average, above average major league fastball. At times a really crisp fastball, but not all the time. But his other stuff is outstanding. Pop up right side, and the off-speed pitch gets Jackson as Brignac takes care of that.
Another good sequence. Really, really nice job. Yeah, nobody's saying you can't use your fastball. I mean, that's the big theme here, but it's a little different when you're David Price throwing 97, or even Matt Garza, who usually will pitch at 95, versus the other guys. All starters are different. So you got to have more command with your fastball the less you throw and the less movement you have. As far as velocity, you have to paint a little bit more.
There's Rhymes over to first. Santiago is back in.
When you plant other things in the hitter's head besides the changeup, like he's done tonight with the overhand curve, it's made his fastball that much better. They're looking for off speed, and they're getting fastballs, and vice versa.
And a ground ball to first. Pena down to Bartlett. Back to Pena. Safe there. He tried to keep his foot on the bag, and Shields tried to point out to Marty Foster that he did. But the Rays could not complete that double play attempt. So Rhymes reaches on a fielder's choice. Santiago cut down at second.
That's a great play by Pena, staying low with the scoop right there, backhanding it. Here's the return. And first base umpire Marty Foster said he came off the bag, I believe, and that'll bring Randy Choate in. A great job by James Shields.
Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS. Wireless for all. walked 1, allowing 9 hits, and has allowed 2 runs. And he gives way to the left-hander, Randy Choate, with Johnny Damon due to hit.
And you got a base stealer at first base also. The Rays are aware of that with the throw over. I always like that call because sometimes guys forget when you come in. You want to throw that first strike. Randy Choate with 51 appearances. That's the most in relief in the American League.
And the pitch misses. 1-0. Choate last worked on Friday in Cleveland, a third of an inning. Damon singled to open the 6th inning, scored a run. Fouls it. It's 1-1. Josh Tomlin for Cleveland tonight has held New York to 2 hits. The Indians are batting in the bottom of the 7th, leading 4-0.
That's amazing. The thing about baseball, you look at the matchup and you go, well, the younger pitcher against Sabathia, the Yankees, not going to happen. He's putting up zeros.
It's a little wide. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, this is the guy you definitely want to get, at least make him put it in play, with Miguel Cabrera right there waiting on deck.
Al 4 in the bullpen.
Which makes it tough on a guy like Randy Choate because he's got no margin for error when he comes in. He's got one guy and he's got to get him. Lefty on lefty.
Now it's 3-1. Rays and the Tigers in a 1-run game tonight. And a foul ball. Full count.
Tom Foley there on the left saying play behind to Carlos Pena because you got a 3-2 count with 2 outs. And Ryans is going to go anyway. So you give yourself just a little bit more range with Damon, who will pull the ball down that way.
3-2 and a base hit the other way to the right of Bartlett and into left field. So Rhymes goes to second on the base hit by Damon. His second. That's going to get Cabrera to the plate. So a couple of hits in the inning.
Well, here's 2 things you can do. Now would you walk Cabrera to face Brennan Bosch? The ball's just out over the plate a little bit and up, and then Damon just slaps it. And that's exactly what's going to happen right here, I believe. Yep. Going to face the kid.
They're going to load the bases.
Well, Dwayne, here's the thinking. I mean, Cabrera's a Triple Crown threat this year. Either way, Damon's in scoring position with Cabrera at the plate, so he's the go-ahead run. So what's the difference? Let's see if the kid, what the kid can do against Randy Choate. So this really puts added pressure on Randy Choate because he didn't come in throwing strikes exactly to Damon as it was, and now he has to throw strikes with the bases loaded and 2 outs to Brennan Bosch. But the way I feel, I kind of like this move for Joe Madden, because if runners are at second and third, let's say there was a pass ball in the first pitch, it's automatic you'd walk Cabrera. I've always felt with a guy like Cabrera or an Albert Pujols, there's a base open at third as well as first, so what's the difference?
Well, Madden comes out now. He's going to bring Balfour in to face the lefty. So that's going to be it for Choate with the bases loaded. 3-2 Rays. Intentional walk to Cabrera, which pushes both Damon and Rhymes into scoring position at second and third, loads the bases. And now Grant Balfour comes on to face the left-handed bat, Brennan Bosch. And there are a couple of interesting situations here. And one is when we look at his splits, he's better against lefties, a left-handed hitter so far, than he is against righties. And the other side of that, Kevin, I think, is in this situation, I think Madden wants the strong arm strikeout possibility as opposed to a contact possibility.
I think you're right. This kid, though, is a good first ball, fastball hitter. So Grant's strength is his fastball. So this is a good matchup, really, for Brennan Bosch. Unless Grant can spot that fastball like he did right there.
And the first pitch is a strike.
I think the only question on splits, and splits are obviously hitting 429. That ball's a little bit off the outside corner, but a good first pitch by Grant. Is that what type of lefty is he hitting 429? My guess is not a whole lot of side-arming lefties like Randy Choate.
And a swing and a miss. Fastball. And it's 0-2 to Bosch.
Well, now you can go up the ladder. He's just airing it out right there. You see that swing underneath it. And now you want to go north. You want to go up the ladder on Brennan Bosch right here.
So Madden looking for the strong arm. And Balfour's got him. He got up 0-2 and strikes him out. And the Rays get out of that spot. They leave the bases loaded. 7 takes care of him in 3 pitches.
Yeah, up the ladder, 0-2, and then up in the zone right there. Excellent. Excellent sequence right there, going up a little higher each time and overpowering Brennan Bosch right there.
So it's a 1-run ball game, 3-2 Rays. And John Jaso will lead off the bottom half of the 7th inning. The pitch is down. On the face of it, some unconventional moves there by Joe Madden, but he would tell you that he was playing the percentages all the way down the line.
Absolutely. 429 versus lefties for Brennan Bosch, and that's exactly what Joe went with. And the other point we touched on was Randy wasn't exactly coming out of the chute throwing strikes to Johnny Damon, got behind him, and very valid when you're talking about a strikeout versus a guy that you might put the ball in play in. And Joe didn't want that.
1-2 the count to Jaso.
And here's where you lose. Where the Tigers, they lose, Guillen, Magli Ordonez. This is where, in a normal circumstance, you're probably not doing that.
Breaking ball for strike 3 call. And that's the first out in the home half of the 7th inning. Don't forget, for all the latest updates on the Rays, log on to TampaBay.com. From the diamond to the clubhouse and every point in between, you'll get in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day only at TampaBay.com. Here's Reed Brignac.
It's where the Tigers getting back to that point where they really miss a guy like Magli Ordonez, professional hitter, or Guillen, Carlos Guillen, or Brandon Hitch for that matter.
Brignac trying to catch up to a fastball, fouls it. Well, the Rays scored a run in the 6th inning, and that broken bat double by Matt Joyce at a time when down the middle part of this game, Verlander was just firing away. Hitters taking defensive swings at that fastball just to put it into play. 1-1 the count. Foul back, 1-2.
In reality, in that last inning, both managers were playing percentages, and it bothered Verlander that Crawford was allowed to take third base by having his third baseman play in the shortstop position with the shift on. And in essence, I think it cost him a run. Walks Pena and Joyce gets the hit, and Joe Madden did the same thing, unconventional, but it worked out. Percentages.
The 1-2 lifted into right. And Walsh takes care of that one.
But I really love the move of walking Cabrera, because that's a good move. Not enough managers will have the guts to do that with runners at first and second and 2 outs and a base open at third, because they're thinking, well, the base isn't open. It is. It's open at third base.
Sure, and if you think about that, if you pitch to him, you're going to try to be careful and pitch around him anyway.
That's right.
So let's just cut to the chase here.
Exactly.
And walk him.
And that's
what Madden did.
And Dwayne, he's already shown he can hit a ball 6 inches off the plate and still get a double.
That's right.
Twice tonight.
Exactly right. Bartlett takes this pitch, a breaking ball down and away. 1-0. Verlander now at 99 pitches here. 1-0 to Bartlett.
That's why I've always felt the final 9 outs are the toughest for a manager, because that's when the decisions are made like that we just saw last half inning. You don't do those moves in the 3rd inning or 4th inning. You do them with the game on the line, 7th, 8th, 9th inning.
Fly ball lifted into right. Bosch will take care of this, and the Rays are up and down 1-2-3 in the 7th. We go to the 8th, and it's 3-2 Tampa Bay. Up at Kane's Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays, and if the Rays pitchers come up with 10 strikeouts in the game tonight or any home game, log on to canestrikeout.com. Get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Get the Canes today. 8 strikeouts for Rays pitching. And Joaquin Benoit's on for the 36th time.
Been outstanding. 47 strikeouts and only 6 walks.
Ryan Rayburn takes the pitch, and it's low. 1-0. Shields worked 6 2/3. Choate faced a couple hitters, and Balfour got the final out in the 7th, leaving the bases loaded. And a bunt attempt, jam and a miss. 1-1.
A little help right there. That was a slider off the outside corner by plenty. Would have been ball 2, but Rayburn definitely offered at it. Good call.
And a strike.
Trying to stay away from any power of Rayburn. It's a slider that ran off the corner as well.
And he throws a fastball right in there. 2-2.
Same location, 95 on a black. A little bit up.
Worked 2/3 of an inning Sunday in the game against the Indians. Gave up a hit. And strike 3 call. Rayburn could not pull the trigger. And that's 9 strikeouts now for Rays pitching.
Boy, he just doubles up on fastballs. 95, almost an identical. Pitches 4 and 5 right there with the fastball. Outside corner, upper part of the zone for strike 3.
Now the catcher, Alex Avila, walked and singled tonight, 1 for 2 officially. Takes a high fastball. Rays have been out hit tonight 10-4, but they lead 3-2. Late, 1-2.
That ball got on him in a hurry. You're right. Swung right through it. Goes by you right there. 94 underneath it.
So it's a 1-1 count. Now it's 1-2. And a fastball. Him out. Avila missed the fastball. 10 strikeouts for Rays pitching.
I tell you, the Rays are really doing a nice job going north in the zone, up in the zone these last couple of games, and really recently. That was again with intent to go up and get him to chase, and that's exactly what happened.
Now Scott Sizemore, he has 2 of the 10 hits tonight. And more hard stuff, this one away. 1 ball, no strikes. with a strike. Fastball again.
That's a beauty right there, too. At the knees on the outside corner.
Strike call. Mid-90s with that fastball.
Well, he's just shown good fastball command with great velocity. 95 right there.
1-2 the count. The pitch. Wide. 2-2. Benoit, the fourth Rays pitcher tonight. And the 2-2. He got him. Struck him out. Threw the fastball by him and strikes out the side. 1-2-3 go the Tigers. Benoit got Rayburn looking on a fastball. Avila chasing a fastball. $10,000 youngsters 14 and under receive a Jeff Neiman growth chart presented by Grow Financial Federal Credit Union. Visit RaysBaseball.com for tickets. Here's Zobrist bunting the ball, and a good one. That's going to be a base hit. Ben Zobrist bunts his way on here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Ben Zobrist really choked up on the bat before that pitch. What a great effort right here. Look how far he's choked up right here, and he's planting a seed right there. I mean, he squares around because he wants to make sure he gets a good bunt down, and he'll take his chances if they can't make a play, and that's exactly what happened. Avila goes out there, and his mistake was he went out there and hit it with the glove instead of trying to do it with his scoop or his bare hand.
Carl Crawford swings and misses out in front. Zobrist picking up the 5th Rays hit. It's a heady play there by Zobrist to bunt his way on against Verlander.
Sure was.
Verlander over 100 pitches now. On 18 of his last 19 starts, he's thrown over 100 pitches. And Zobrist, who got aboard on a fielder's choice in the 3rd and stole a base, occupying Verlander's attention here first in the bottom of the 8th. Carl lifts lifts a popper in the short center. Jackson still coming. It's going to fall. They might have a play at second, and they do. Zobrist is out trying to get to second base. When that ball dropped in front of Jackson, there was some uncertainty by Jackson, but he gets to Forrest with a throw to Santiago in second.
Well, Will Rhymes quit on the ball early, and Jackson was playing fairly deep. You can see Jackson at the top of your screen. He's playing deep. He freezes, and Rhymes quits on it right about here. He's looking for Jackson, and he can't get there. And with that, because it was so shallow, he's still able to get the ball and throw a strike and get Ben Zobrist at second base. Ben on that ball's got to go a little bit more halfway. He was about a third of the way at most.
So one out. It goes 8-6. It's a fielder's choice, as it turns out. Jackson to Santiago. Look out. Crawford back in at first.
I think Ben was thinking with the outfielder coming in, if he makes the play and I'm halfway, he's got a chance to double me up at first. So Ben wasn't really off that far. But when Will Rhymes quit on it.
Quick move there, and Crawford's back.
If you know where Jackson was playing, you can kind of read it. That's got a chance to fall in. Yeah, it looked like Crawford was going on that throw over.
A couple steals tonight.
That might just show a fastball off the plate here. Let's see.
He's gone. The pitch is a strike, and the throw is not in time. A breaking ball, and Crawford steals his third base of the night.
Yeah, I would have pitched out. I was surprised they didn't throw a fastball off the plate that could act as a pitch out, maybe get a strike out of it. They elect to call a slider, and Carl gave it away that he was going. But, hey, the benefit of the race. Even though it was a slider, it wasn't a bad pitch to throw on, but Carl's just too quick.
And the pitch is fouled by Evan. 0-2. One out with a man at second in the bottom of the 8th inning.
I'm amazed this year at the lack of pitching out against Tampa Bay, against this ball club, you know.
Yeah, well, you're right. I mean, they're tops in steals, 3 tonight by Crawford.
Especially, when you want to get an extra point here. I mean, you know Carl's going to go. He gave it away twice. Almost picked him off.
Other side, 1 and 2. Crawford has 3 steals. Zobrist has 1 tonight. The Rays are up to 127 on the year. They're going back there at second. Tigers do have a left-hander up in the bullpen. Phil Koch is throwing. There he is. A popper right side. Bosch coming and is there to make the grab. That's a fair ball. Crawford's on his way to third. He'll make it without a play. Crawford's at third with 2 outs. The Mosaic Company and the Rays working together to fight to end hunger through home runs for food. Each Rays home run this year. Mosaic Company donates $500 to local food banks through Feeding America Tampa Bay, Florida's leading hunger relief agency. To date, Home Runs for Food has donated $47,000 to Feeding America Tampa Bay.
I tell you what, Carlos Pena at the plate, but look where the third baseman is. He's in no man's land, and now Carlos wants to bunt. He can bunt and get a run in. Look at that. I mean, Carlos puts a good bunt down. They got no chance.
And the pitch down and in. 1-0.
I don't think Carlos wants to get drilled either, though, because if he doesn't get the bunt down, the next one's going to be in your ribs.
Yeah, Ibar got a little taste of that back in the 6th inning when he showed the bunt and then was knocked down on the next pitch.
But where he's playing at third base, that's a no man's land.
Yeah, absolutely.
Either you play in even with the bag or you play back. Now he's going back. I mean, that's at where he was. He had no chance either way.
And a curveball in there for a strike. It's 1-1. New York batting in the top of the ninth. In Cleveland, the Indians have a 4-1 lead. It's high. 2 balls and a strike.
Tell you what, Carl is getting a good lead down there at third. Of course, Verlander's holding him on, and he should. I mean, going from a stretch is what I'm talking about. But Carl can get as big a lead as he wants because the third baseman is nowhere to be seen in the ballpark. He's right over here. Here, I'll illustrate it. There he is. You can get as big a lead as the third baseman is away from the bag.
And a popper. That's going to be a foul ball and out of play. Takes the count to 2-2.
Tell you what, as big a lead as Carl can get, if that ball's in the dirt, and even if it's blocked by the catcher, Carl will have a chance of scoring. I'm telling you. Little conversation between Tom Foley and Carl right there. Doesn't have to be a wild pitch.
Verlander.
Well, he senses it. I mean, he's making him change his release point here, going a little quicker to the plate, because if he has a big leg kick, who knows what Carl could do.
And a swing and a miss. Pena is out on strikes to retire the side. Ball game heads into the ninth inning. 3-2 Rays. .800 Chop Auto Way. We're at Tropicana Field tonight. Second game of this 4-game series between the Rays and the Tigers. And Rafael Soriano is on to work the ninth inning. Trying to close it out. He faces Ramon Santiago. Fastball is up and away. Santiago is 1 for 3 as Soriano's on for the 39th time.
And looking for save number 27. ERA below 2 at 1.91 and just about a strikeout an inning.
That pitch coming in on Santiago's hands, and he fouled it. Jackson and Rhymes, the next two hitters due up. Fouled away. 1-2. Austin Jackson on deck.
Rhymes in the hole.
Soriano picked up his 26th save Sunday in Cleveland. Rays won that game 4-2. They lead this one 3-2. Into the seats, back to third. Foul. Holds the count right there. And 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, Santiago's in protection mode right now. Fouled off a pretty good slider, and that was a fastball away. Garza got him last night to end the game on a fastball up.
And a ground ball outside of first. Foul. A fastball. Rays took the lead with a run in the 6th inning. Of course, the post-game show, Rays Live, the post-game, follows the coverage of this one. Stay with us for that. Pitch away. 2-2. Ball up the right side toward the line. Joyce is there. Fair ball, and he makes the catch. Santiago hits the fly ball to right. That takes care of 1 out here in the 9th inning. The Indians have beaten New York tonight. That's a final 4-1. So Josh Tomlin will get the win. Perez closed it. Pitch to Jackson.
Got that
high, I guess.
Yeah, I thought that might have had the top part of the strike zone. Pretty good pitch.
Strike. 1-1.
Rays are playing pretty conventional defensively. They're not really worried about the doubles defense. They're trying to take base hits away.
And that's a strike. Slider. 1-2. The top of the 9th. Rays lead 3-2. And a foul. Jackson now in protect mode. Stays alive.
Got a slider right there. He just threw his hands at. Get another pitch.
Down a little bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's a better one there. Had good depth to it. But he Might get a chase out of that one.
Soriano trying to save this one for Shields. And a foul ball. Count still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Soriano saved a victory for Shields on the road trip in Baltimore in a 5-4 game. It was the 8th win of the year for Shields. And Soriano has saved 5 of those 8 wins. Fly ball, right field. This one toward the corner. Joyce a long run, and it's a fair ball. And the ball bounds out of play. That'll be a double. That ball just was fair. Marty Foster going down the line. It's a ground rule double. Joyce jackknifed over the low wall, and the ball bounded over the wall.
Yeah, tough play right in the corner. It's a fastball away. Just putting in play is what Jackson was trying to do, and Matt's got it tracked. The last instant, it is fair indeed. At the last instant, looked like he looked to see where he was instead of trying to track the ball all the way into the glove. Either way, it was a tough play.
And the ball just was fair.
Yeah, it was.
Take another look. It'll be the 11th hit of the night for the Tigers.
Hey, Matt, right there. Well, you know what? I don't think he got there. He was trying to track it, but I think it's just a foot away from his glove. He had to kind of be cautious down there to see where he was, too. It's a tough play.
So the Tigers with a man at second and 1 out. Will Rhymes 1 for 4 tonight. The pitch is down and in. Well, the Tigers have had quite a few base runners tonight. They've stranded 9. And a little popper into short center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Zobrist gets to the ball, and they're going to hold the runner at third. Aggressive play by Zobrist in center field, getting to the ball quickly. Jackson had to stop at third on that bloop hit by Rhymes.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they were going to send him because he would have been blown up by Ben Zobrist. Another chink base hit tonight, little jam shot. No chance for the triangle of 3 players right there. Ben Zobrist gets it in a hurry. And they would have blown Jackson up at home plate had he tried to score. Third base coach is Gene Lamont. He was holding him up all the way to get Johnny Damon to the plate.
So first and third now. 1 out. Johnny Damon becomes the hitter. Damon swings and misses. Strike 1.
Fastball 93 down, and Johnny's trying to lift it, keep it off the ground. He's trying to get at least a sac fly with that swing.
Up with this one. 1-1. Damon 0 for 3 lifetime against Soriano. And Cabrera, who's on deck, is 1 for 5 against him.
Well, you take a nice ground ball to second for a 4-6-3 here. Double play.
And a foul back. Fastball.
Or a strikeout.
Yep.
This is when you got to go for the strikeout. You got the 1-2 count.
I'll tell you, it'd be kind of interesting if he gets Damon with men at first and third. Cabrera's coming up. What Joe Madden might have in mind.
I think he'll put him on.
That's what I'm thinking. Upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He walked them to load the bases in the 7th inning, pushing 2 men into scoring position. 2-2 the count. And a foul again, right back into the screen. 1-run ball game here. First, Jackson third, 1 out, 2-2 pitch. Damon fouls this one up the right side, out of play.
Yeah, that pitch is where you got to be careful because he drops the head on that pitch, down and in. Seen Johnny do that so many times right there. He likes that pitch. He just clears it out of there.
And it's wide, so the count is full. Soriano with a little stroll behind the mound. Damon stepping out. Cabrera waits on deck. 1 out, the ground rule double by Jackson, just fair. The bloop single by Rhymes, first and third. 3-2. And it's fouled again, a fastball. So Damon now 8 pitches into this at bat.
Yeah, he's done this his whole career. This gives you a professional at bat. That's a fastball, right? On the outside corner, a little bit up, and Johnny just protects right there, fouls it off, gets another pitch. Boy, if you could drop a hard slider and get a strikeout, be the time to do it.
And a high foul. He tried that right there. Threw him a slider.
Yep.
And the foul out of play.
Yeah, he sure did. That's a good call, really. A little bit flat, though. If that thing had some depth to it, he strikes him out.
Yeah, he caught a little more of the plate than he wanted there. 3-2 again, and he lost it. So Damon walks. So Johnny Damon, in a 10-pitch at bat, works the walk. And the bases are loaded, and now the Rays have to pitch to Cabrera.
Yeah, this is the last guy you wanted to see at the plate with nowhere to put him. How about those numbers? 2 grand slams and 446 with the bases loaded.
This year, 5 for 10 for them loaded. So it is. In the final analysis, Soriano and Cabrera going at it head to head with the bases loaded and 1 out in the top of the 9th. And a cut and a miss. Strike 1. Cabrera taking a long ball.
Sure is. Yep. He's thinking about winning it with 4 right there.
He's a guy with a legitimate chance to win the Triple Crown this year. And he fouls it the other way, out of play. 0-2.
That's a pretty good pitch. 94 right there, and that was down. That was a good pitch by Soriano. Now he's got a chance to see if he get him to chase. Because these RBI guys, they want to swing the bat. Jason's got to just make sure that he blocks whatever pitch it is.
3-0-2 upstairs. 1-2. That's the 30th pitch of this inning for Soriano. Ten of those were to Damon.
They took a shot at trying to get Cabrera to chase, but that was too high. It wasn't even close.
Now the 1-2. Swing and a bouncer foul beyond Gene Lamont, the third base coach.
That's really what you want right there, is a nice slider. Get him to either strike out or hit a ball to the left side to Evan or Jason at short.
A ball, 2 strikes. And it's down. 2-2. Bases loaded, 1 out. A 1-run game. 2-2 the count to Cabrera. Soriano set to make a very big pitch right here. And a tap to third. Longoria to second. 1 first base. Rays win it. Longoria starts an outstanding double play, and the Rays win it. It's a 3-2 final on a 5-4-3 double play. Boy, defense, defense, defense.
Boy, you're not
the
kidding.
Rays turn an outstanding double play to end it.
Well, that's what you're hoping for with that slider, is to get Miguel to roll to the left side, and you'd like to hit a little harder. And Evan crashed early, made a great play and a great turn at second base once again by Reed Brignac.
Well, it seems they make 3 to 5 great defensive plays every night.
Watch Evan crash right here. Gets it on the big hop, on the run, throws a strike. Nice play by Brignac to stay right there. And that's the right call on both umpires, too. There was no gimmies there. Look at Reed stay right there. Doesn't have time to come across the bag, knowing that, and gets a bullet over there to Carlos Pena.
Well, the Rays saved their greatest defensive play for the final play of the ball game. It's an around-the-horn double play. 5-4-3, and the Rays win their 61st game of the year to pull to within 2 games of the New York Yankees. Rays winners tonight. Let's go to the field and Todd Callis.
Dwayne, thank you very much with Matt Joyce. He broke the tie with that RBI base hit. But, Matt, first of all, you don't have many walk-offs on defense. What about the way tonight's game ended?
That's unbelievable. It just goes to show you how good this defense is. And our pitching staff, you can't say enough about them. They've been doing it all year, and they did it again tonight.
When you're in the outfield and you see some of these turns, I mean, you just kind of shake your head. Were you surprised Longo went for the turn instead of go?
No, I wasn't surprised. I was yelling at him to do it. I don't think he heard me, but I was yelling at him. Like I said, this defense is unbelievable, and gold gloves on each end, and man, it's fun to watch.
They started that rally with a ball that couldn't have been placed any better, right on the line, right in that corner there where you're running out of room. Did you feel the hip at all when you went over the wall? You all right?
No, I'm okay. I'm just a little upset that I should have caught it. So, I'm sure CeCe was going to give me some crap about that one. He probably would say that I would have it. But, we got the win.
Yes, they did. Yes, you did. And you broke the tie with that base hit combined with the grand slam last night. It's got to feel good against a team that used to wear their uniform.
Man, I guess I just picked the right spots to do it. Really lucky, a lot of luck in there. And, it feels great.
Early in the game, did you have any kind of angle on what happened with BJ when he came in? Did you see anything?
He just rolled his ankle. He said there wasn't any pop. We said some prayers for him, and I saw him sitting in the clubhouse, and I think he'll be okay.
You're home for 11 straight. This is quite a way to get the first 2 rolling, huh?
I'll tell you what, you can't have it any better, right?
All right, Joyce, thanks.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Matt Joyce, guys. Had that big hit to break the tie, and what a way to end the game. Back to you, Dwayne.
All right, Todd, thank you. The Rays go a season-high 23 games over 500. They're 61-38 now, and they pick up a game on the New York Yankees, who were beaten in Cleveland. So the Rays are 2 full games back in New York. At the end of the day, they've taken the first 2 games of the series from the Detroit Tigers. And it took a while, but Soriano picks up the save on that great defensive play. 3-2, the Rays win it back.